Okay, YouTube, I got another update video on the brake booster teardown. I'm going to label this something else, but maybe, I don't know. I want to figure out how to link the two videos together. But anyways, these old GM boosters, master cylinders, I got that all, swapped out. I had to cut the rod off of the booster that originally came off of this thing and weld it on to the rod that I put in there because the lengths were different. I had to cut this much out of the shaft to make it work. That's the difference right there on the early 80s model S10 Blazer, the square one, That's the only difference. Other than that, that whole booster will work and the master cylinder will work. The threads are the same. I was worried about that. The threads are the same. Okay, so shorten the shaft, and then as far as the El Camino goes, the master cylinder reservoir is different. See, this one, when it sits in the vehicle, is flat like that, and it's not a problem because it's in a Blazer and a lot of room under the hood. Well, the El Camino, it's up kind of high, so it probably sits about like that, and the tank's different, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just so you know why I had to go through all this trouble to swap this tank out. I can get the hood open here. Hold on a second. There we go, there's a trick to doing that. Alright, so anyway, there you can see what I'm talking about now. See how that master cylinder's angled up, probably like somewhere around 20-degree angle, I'm guessing, and then it's shorter here. So that's the problem. That's why I had to change the tank out now. You're gonna be scared and you're gonna think you're gonna break this thing, but to get it out of that master cylinder, what I did was I bound this thing up in here. I know it's not the right thing to do. I don't have a vise right now. But anyways, you need to clamp that in a vise. And what I did was, had a long pry bar. It's probably about that long, angled up like that. I rested it right here and popped up there. And then with this still on the master cylinder, it's easier on the master cylinder. You rest it on the, not the master cylinder, the booster, I'm sorry. Booster, rest it, pop, comes right off. Now, these will be stuck on the tank. These are the gaskets. You cannot press that tank back in there with the gaskets still on the tank. You have to take the gaskets off, snap them down in there. Little brake fluid, not oil, brake fluid. Put that in there, brake fluid, just lost it, it's alright, junk. And the tank will just snap right back down on there. You'll be good to go. So, that's the only difference in a 86 El Camino G-body, pretty much Monte Carlo, and I think it's called the B-body, the Chevy Blazers and whatnot. That's all you'll have to change. You have to shorten that shaft, and you'll have to change out that tank. But other than that, it's plug and play. As far as the shaft goes, I want to point this out because this is actually dangerous. This is like, welding your frame together you spliced from something else. This is the rod that controls your braking. Okay? I had to go take it somewhere else and weld it because I got a little MIG welder, pushes 90 amps. Well, I welded it and that's what it did when I let off. Bloop. That is not penetration right there. Oh, sorry, hold on. Focus, come on, do it. It's closer, as good as I'm going to get. Anyways, that's not penetration. So, this is tool-rolled steel, and what I finally found the setting for me was, I believe, 135 amps on the high side on my uncle's stick welder. I'm better with a stick welder anyway. But you got to get some good heat to penetrate that because you do not want some hobble-cobbled, nasty welds like that puddled up all over this thing. And yeah, I might be holding right now, and you know, 6 months down the road, you go push the brake pedal and pull back, and oh, guess what? It just broke. Now you have no brakes left anymore. You're sliding off the road, you're hitting a telephone pole, you're smacking into other people, screaming, "Oh my God!" Well, if you don't have the right welding equipment to do this, then you shouldn't even do it right now. But you could. I'm not saying they're going to. They're probably going to give you a bunch of crap about it, because I would too if I owned a welding shop. I might even make you sign a waiver to have this welded in my shop because I don't want to be responsible if that breaks. But, you know, this is, anybody who's watched my other videos knows I'm a pretty poor person, and $20 having to spend 3 days modifying a booster is better than $140, and we got the job done. So that's my video, and that's the conclusion of GM G-body brake booster swap.